Digital transformation has accelerated nearly tenfold in recent years as both a business and technology journey. Yet, most white papers and how-to guides still focus solely on the business side rather than including methods for optimizing the technology behind it. So, Geng Lin, Lori McVitie, and a few others from F5's Office of the CTO wrote a book to show CIOs, IT directors, and architects how to balance both the business and the technology concerns successfully. I'll be interviewing the authors of this book to provide an opportunity for readers to discover more about the topics covered in each chapter. In this first interview, I'll be chatting with Geng Lin, F5's Chief Technology Officer. He'll be providing an overview of the book and the why behind his idea for it in the first place. Enjoy. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. And today I'm excited to be joined by Geng Lin. Geng is our Chief Technology Officer here at F5, and he was actually the one that initiated this book, Enterprise Architecture for Digital Business. So it's great to have you on, Geng, today, and we're going to ask you some questions about the book. First question that I have for you is, when did you start thinking about this book and conceptualizing it?
Yeah, thank you, Boo. And I think I started to think about this book about 2 years back, a year after I joined F5. And the context of that is that both in my experience before I joined F5 at the different digital enterprise companies such as Google, if we view Google as one of the first businesses going all digital, and later at JP Morgan Chase as a representative leading banking going more digital. And then with F5 experience where we are serving a lot of the verticals and every enterprise in the vertical space are embracing digital business model. So it is the combination of those, and that prompted me after a year I joined F5 to start to write this book talking about digital enterprise architecture.
Oh, interesting. And so, this the initial thoughts around the book, they were kind of formed from your experiences and wanting to bring some of that to light to share with the industry.
Yes, so you can think of it's the combination of both on the practitioner's side, the enterprise going digital, so JP Morgan and Google, as well as the supplier side, F5. We provide technology to help those vertical enterprises to become digital. It's the combination of the two that leads me to this idea.
And then from there, now your team has a lot, directly reporting to you. You have a lot of strong people on your team that offer a lot of experience and wealth of knowledge as well. So how did you go about actually selecting from your broad group there to be able to contribute to this book?
Yeah, good question. I think yes, I'm fortunate that to have a team of diverse talents from different backgrounds. Many of them actually worked in the digital enterprise side, coming from the social media and web scaler company side, as well as vertical sectors such as banking and so on, but also a set of expertise from the technology provider side. So I'm fortunate I had that combination in the team. So I selected the writers with based on their specialty. So we have different aspects in the digital enterprise architecture, from ranging from infrastructure to data to application to security. So, and fortunately, I have the domain experts in each and every one of those areas.
And so, with those domain experts having some of that experience, you have a ton of experience with this yourself. And now you're seeing other industries go through things that you've already gone through before. What kind of trends do you think are happening current day that are driving this digitalization of business?
Digital transformation or digitization of the businesses is a trend that has been there for quite a while, so decade or even more than that. It is driven by the continuous improvement by the technology side, but notably enabled by a few big transformational platforms, internet proliferation or the ubiquitous internet as the access platform for anything and everything, cloud, democratized computing and the task and the data processing and application hosting, as well as the further advancement of the many technologies surrounding that, AI and so on. Those are the technology enabling elements that put digital transformation at a entire economy and society level. But one of the major accelerator in the last a couple of years was no doubt COVID. And COVID has accelerated the digital transformation or digitization for any business in a significant way. So,
Mm.
and now we are seeing enterprises in every vertical are embracing digital business model, digital
Mm.
services, digital workflows inside, and so on. So we have a general model of describing the digital transformation in three phases. The first phase, individual task automation. The second phase, end-to-end digital services and digital expansion. And the third phase, even AI assisted business models. But we have seen majority of the vertical businesses are now on the second phase. So indeed, it's a broad movement.
So maybe this question might actually just tag on to what you've just said there. Of the things a business has to consider to go digital with, and you've had this experience before, what are the easier things that they initially digitize in their business?
The typical area is actually the front end, the customer engagement side, so digital customer experience. So that's where the typically people will include the digital channel as a additional channel to whatever the vertical product service they are offering. Take banking as an example. Banking, you're opening your account, checking account, and apply for a loan, mortgage loan. Those are the banking products, right? So your checking account product, your loan product, and so on. But traditionally, it was offered through human or assisted channels. First step is introducing the digital channel as a complementary channel to the human assisted channels. So to deliver a digital customer experience
Mm.
on the same product. So that's
Mm.
typically the first step. And then
Mhm.
after that, you will actually started to offer end-to-end the digital services, like take again banking as an example. You will use a mobile application to completely replace your in-person
Mm.
experience to visit a branch. So that is a representative of end-to-end banking digital services captured by some applications or a set of integrated applications.
And then would you say that, or are there other things that are the more challenging parts of a business to digitize?
Businesses are moving into more and more backend. So your
Mm.
backend workflows, such as your compliance, such as your finance workflows and legal workflows, and a lot of interdepartment workflows today is typically handled by human in between. So automating those internal workflows is actually more challenging, but it's more and more enterprises are embracing that piece of the digitization.
And then one more question for you, Geng. For folks that might be hesitant to digitizing their business, what kind of obstacles do you see for a business that is slow or not able to adopt digitization in their enterprise architecture?
I'll break the question into two parts. The first one is the in the current enterprise architecture, uh, certain capabilities are lacking, and which are those capabilities are essential for a digital enterprise. So, what are those pieces? Those are typically represents the agility, the scaling, the security part of your enterprise IT architecture, which was not well captured in the previously established so-called enterprise architectures, such as the TOGAF framework and so on. So the second part then translate to business need. What it means is that you still treat the business as large functional building blocks and then using human operations to tie them together. Yet, if we look at a true digital enterprise, the scaling, the auto scaling at a internet scale is a kind of indicator of you are delivering digital services at a internet scale, at a global scale. Observability of what at a fine grain level, what's happening from user experience, from your fulfillment inside of that digital service, the service level, the security, and so on, reflected through the observability signal are also part of the hallmark of reactive or kind of adaptive digital services. So those ones lacking of those architecture capability essentially hinders an enterprise to embrace the digital model.
Thank you for the insight on the book today, Geng. I think this is, from here, we can discuss the chapters in depth with a number of other guests and authors as well. So this has been really great to kind of get a high level idea of what the book is all about and where it came from and all of your experience in the past that was able to, that was brought into this book as well. So thank you very much for chatting today, Geng. For everybody that's watching right now, there should be a link down below to a landing page where you can go find out more about where to get this book. And otherwise, thank you very much for joining me today, Geng.
Thank you, Bo. Happy to be here. Thank you.